everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Warhammer Quest Darkwater. Yes, we are back with another hero. Yes, we have Kelthannor, the Forest Prince, or Kelthannor. I'm not sure how you're exactly supposed to pronounce it, but there we go. The biggest of the heroes, and, well, by far one of the coolest. I mean, they're all really cool. It's tough to find one that isn't. But he was sent to me early by Games Workshop to build up and paint with all of you, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. So we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting him. He has been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is Black Legion, and we're going to be applying this over top of all of Kelthannor's horse body, excluding the hooves. So we're just going to apply this over top of all of his hair and skin. Like this. It'll take a little while, because there's rather a lot of it. But once that's all done, we'll come back. So with all of that Black Legion applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Wyldwood, and we're going to apply this over top of the hooves and over the bladed tail. So with that all done, we're now actually probably going to cover the colour that's going to take up most of the model, and that's all the green. Now this is all of this cloth is green, and it's the same green, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a roughly 4 parts Dark Angels green to 2 parts Lahmian medium mix, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the green. Whilst we wait for all of that Dark Angels green to dry, what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Flesh Tearers red, and we're going to apply this over top of the woven armour on the legs and on his body. So with that all done, our green should be fully dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a roughly 4 parts Ork Flesh to 2 parts Lahmian medium mix, and we're going to apply this over the top. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is going to take some Cygor Brown, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of our remaining woven leather, the leather braces, and over the top of the leather harnesses and straps on the horsey bit. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Darkoath Flesh, and we're going to apply this over top of all of Kelthannor's skin. So with that all done, we're then going to use two colours, Wyldwood and Flesh Tearer's Red. And we're going to apply this over top of his hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some Wyldwood, and we're going to apply this over the top of the hair, coming down here to around about there, and then we're going to wash the brush, grab some Flesh Tearer's Red, and then just over the tips of the hair. We're going to apply it like that. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is take two colours once again. We're going to take Skeleton Horde and Wyldwood. It's a popular one with this video. And I'm going to apply these over the top of the bow. So we're going to start with some Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over the top of most of, well, all of each of the spars of the bow. Like that sort of thing. We'll just do the other side as well. Like that. Then we're going to wash the brush, grab a little bit of Wyldwood, and then just towards the base of the bow, we're going to apply the Wyldwood like so. And like so. Wash the brush, grab a little bit of Skeleton Horde, and just use this to soften the transition between the two. And with that now done, we're going to take some Mantis Warrior's Green, and we're going to apply this over the top of the little gem or heart in his tummy. Just like that. With that all done, we're then going to take some Blood Angel's Red, and we're going to apply this over the top of the fletchings of the arrows. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Skeleton Horde, and we're going to apply this over the top of the little crossed leather just here. We're going to apply this over the top of the horn, and we're going to apply this over the top of the arrow shafts as well. So with that all done, we're then going to take three colours, Gryph-Hound Orange, Blood Angel's Red, and Black Legion. And we're going to apply these over the top of the feathers. So we're going to start with some Gryph-Hound Orange. We're going to apply this over the top of the entire thing. Just like that. Then we're going to wash the brush, grab some Blood Angel's Red, and then we're going to apply this over around the top, kind of 2/3, like that. Then we're going to wash the brush, and then grab some Black Legion, and just over the tips we're going to apply this Black Legion. Like that sort of thing. Then we're going to wash the brush, and if you need to, grab a little bit of Gryph-Hound Orange and just use this to kind of move those colours around. And so with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. We're going to apply this over almost all of our remaining details. There's only a couple of things that are going to be silver, such as the arrowhead, any gems, and the handle of the dagger. And so with that all done, our final base coat is going to be some thinned down Leadbelcher. I'm going to apply this over top of the arrowhead and over top of that dagger handle. There's a couple of other little tiny bits of silver here and there, but we'll pick those out later when we come to do the highlights. So with that all done, it's now time to add some shades. And the first of these is going to be some Carroburg Crimson. And we're going to apply this over top of our Flesh Tearer's Red armour. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. We're going to apply this over top of the silver, like this. But what we will also do is apply this over top of any skeleton horde that isn't the bow arms. And so with that all done, we then take some Reikland Fleshshade. And we're going to apply this over the top of all the gold and over the top of Kelthannor's skin. So with that all done, Kelthannor is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. And he's looking pretty good. However, we are not going to leave him there. Of course not. No, we're going to take him to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, first of these is going to be some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to highlight his black horse body. So with that all done, it's a bit out of sequence, but what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Eshin Grey and a DIY stippling brush. This one's a small layer brush, so we've chopped all the bristles off. And we're going to do this over the top of the rump. I'm going to very gently stipple on some Eshin Grey. Just like this. With that Eshin Grey stipple done, we're then going to do the same thing with some Dawnstone, and then we're going to stick more towards the top. Like that. And with that Dawnstone done, we then take some Administratum Grey and just towards up this corner, I'm going to do a little bit of stippling, just like that. Over the rump, like so. But the other thing we can do with the Administratum Grey is we can do this around the feet as well, and anywhere we've got large sort of clumps of hair. So with that all done, it's time to move on to our next colour, which is going to be some thinned down Karak Stone. I'm going to use this to highlight the hooves. These are not horns, because I'm thinking about the horn at his waist, which you do actually have a little bit of highlighting with Karak Stone to do. But for the hooves, what we're going to do is just going to do that sort of thing. Lots of tiny little lines. But on the horn, what we did is we actually just applied some Cygor Brown over the top of these two sections here, because, well, I've just seen a new picture. And what we're going to do is, like with the hooves, not horns, hooves, what we're going to do is we're going to apply some lines going along the horn in this darkest area. So with that all done, we've actually also applied that Karak Stone over the top of the wild parts of the hair and the bladed tail as well. Forgot to mention that. What we're going to do next is we're going to take some thinned down Screaming Skull. I'm going to use this to highlight the brighter parts of the bow, the other bits of skeleton hordes sticking around, such as the arrows and stuff, and on the horn we're going to use this to add some little lines going along the brighter half of the horn. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Warpstone Glow, and we're going to use this to highlight all the green. And so with all that Warpstone Glow applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Skarsnik Green. I'm going to use this to add a really narrow sort of spot highlight to all of this green. So with that all done, our next colour is going to be some thinned down Wazdakka Red. And we're going to use this to highlight our Flesh Tearer's red armour. With that Wazdakka Red all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Knight-Questor Flesh, and we're going to use this over the top of all of the Cygor Brown. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Jokaero Orange, and we're going to use this to add some little spot highlights towards the ends of our arrow fletchings. just like that sort of thing. However, we're also going to use this to add some little highlights towards the base of our feathers. So with that all done, what we're then going to do is take a little bit of Fleshgit's yellow. I'm going to use this to add some little highlights to the little green heart. Just in there like that. And so with that Fleshgit's yellow all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Kislev Flesh. And we're going to use this to highlight Kelthannor's skin. And so with that Kislev Flesh all applied, we're then going to take a tiny little bit of Black Legion and we're going to apply this over top of his eyeballs. And with that Black Legion applied to the eyeballs, we're then going to take a teensy tiny little dot of Screaming Skull. We're going to apply this in the corners. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight all the silver details. As we mentioned before, a little while ago, what we're also going to do here with the Ironbreaker is we're going to use this to pick out some of the gems. So we've got these little dots up here. Which we're going to pick out. And we've got some little gems in the braces as well. And so with all that Ironbreaker applied, before we do the gems, what we're going to do is we're going to conquer the biggest highlight of all, which is to take some thinned down Liberator Gold. We're going to use this to highlight all of our gold. And with that Retributor Armour all applied, we're then going to take some Blood Angel's Red. I'm going to apply this over top of this large gem, just here on his tummy. Like that. And so to finish off Kelthannor, we're going to take some Aeldari Emerald. And we're going to apply this over top of all those remaining little gems. And there we have it, with the base now complete. Kelthannor is now finished, and he is the only hero to have that stippling brush used on him. But at least both sides of the argument at least got to have that DIY stippling brush. I really enjoyed him. I think he's a really cool miniature. And again, a herald of things to come, maybe. I would just like to see the Kurnothi actually get fully represented in Age of Sigmar. Who knows, maybe this is our edition. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.